Sevanavank is a monastery/monasteric complex located on the summit of Sevan Peninsula. It is located 40 miles or 60 kilometers northeast of Yerevan and is surrounded by the enormous Lake Sevan. The first records of Sevanavank go back to the year 300 when the ruling king of Armenia decided to convert to Christianity and make it the religion of the land. A year later, he established 2 churches on the then island sitting on the lake. St. Harotin's, which is now a ruin with foundations still visible, and St. Karapets, which is still standing. In the 9th century, Princess Miriam, daughter of King Ashot I, established a 3rd, 4th and 5th church, some of which are still standing and some not. It is said that Miriam had set out to build 30 churches in total, having dreamt that the 12 apostles visited her and showed her where they wished them to be built on the island. It was during this time that Armenia was still resisting Arab rule, but still managed to establish the Roman Christian monasteries. The Armenians eventually won out against the Arab invaders, even though they were much lesser in numbers. This was all down to the local fishermen of Sevan's tactic of attacking the Arabs at sunrise, as the Armenians would be facing away from the sun and the Arabs would be blinded by the sun. The tactic worked, and it said the blood of the Arabs ran into the lake, turning it black, giving it its name today, Sev being the Armenian word for black, meaning black lake, Sevan. In the 1800s, Sevanavank remained highly holy ground, but was repurposed for the monks of Echmiadzin, today the city of Vakhashpat. But not just monks in general, but specifically for those who had sinned against God. The monks were to serve penance by denying themselves meat and wine, and women and children were not allowed to visit the island. Daily activity was mostly dedicated to the manual copying of manuscripts by hand, an activity which continued right up into the 1850s, nearly 1,000 years after the monastery was established. During the 1930s, now part of the Soviet Union, Stalin had Sevan Lake substantially drained, and Sevan's water level was reduced by 65 feet or 20 meters, thus transforming it into the peninsula we see today. It was under Stalin's rule that the monastery was abandoned due to the USSR's strict curbs on religion. Christian missions returned to the peninsula after the fall of the Soviet Union in the 1990s and continue to inhabit it. Today, the peninsula houses the President's Summer Palace and also houses the Armenian Writers' Union guest house. Another funny fact is that even though Sevanavank sits on a peninsula today, Armenians still refer to it as an island. If you want to visit Sevanavank, you'll need to get to the city of Sevan, which you can get to from Yerevan by train in the high season, or by car. Public transport is very underdeveloped in Armenia, but taxi companies across the country are extremely affordable. Sevanavank is now once again completely open to the public with no restrictions.
Եթե հավանեցիք այս հոլովակը, նայեք նաև սա, կամ այս մեկը, կամ այս մյուսը, կամ սեղ մեկ կարմիր գլուխը ամբողջ ցանկը տեսնելու համար։